Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video here today that is so ridiculous that it has to be satire, okay? And it is this woman essentially saying that women are the ones who are done with dating. They're the ones who are done with the marriage and the relationships and things like this. And we as men, apparently men are the ones who are getting desperate. Guys, we're the ones who are getting to 30 and 40, making TikTok videos of ourselves crying, things like this. I think that this video is probably satire, but it is still funny to watch because this is actually an attitude that a lot of modern women have these days where they think that we as men, we are the ones who are trying really hard to settle down and we're getting desperate. From my perspective, guys, I don't think men are getting desperate. I think a lot of men are opting out. They're just leaving and they're done with Western women. Today's video was sent to me by Matrix of Madness, but we're going to be jumping right into the video. So let's jump in.
I was like, if I remember correctly, I've been on dating apps for a while now, guys, which is really sad. That says a lot about me more than anything. I've been on dating apps for a while. I've been on dating apps ever since I was probably legal. And I have experienced men for a long time. I know through different, like I said, throughout different phases. And one thing that I've noticed recently, the most recent trend that I've noticed, guys, is that men, hold on, terrible lighting. Men now in 2024, while my videos are about me basically being a sexual object and whatnot, which is, which is more of something that it's ironic that people always say, think that I'm like I'm the sexual object just because of cleavage and makeup and stuff. But actually that I'm most of the time I'm referring to the past because I really haven't met up with a lot of men recently.
Okay, so I'm going to have to pause it here. Again, I think this is satire. I think this whole woman's channel, this whole channel from this woman is complete satire here. But again, this is something that a lot of modern women complain about, okay? They go on dating applications for a very long time, maybe years, many months at a time, and they cry and complain, and they say exactly what this woman is saying right here, which is that men only use me, quote unquote, for one thing. They're only interested in having bedroom fun, and then they leave me. They're not interested in relationships. They're not interested in getting married. And this is a complaint that many modern women have these days. But again, apparently men are the ones who are getting desperate. Let's keep going.
Ever since I started my YouTube journey. But so I talk about the past when I was did cover myself up, and I actually didn't wear a lot of makeup. I didn't wear pretty much any makeup compared to the modern woman these days that wears all kinds of makeup and plastic surgery. So I thought about it and I was like, wait, these guys, even the Chads, even the Chads are putting in effort because they're asking questions, guys. I mean, if you really paid attention to my videos where I've made like 3 or 4 videos on my channel, guys, of me talking to men on dating apps. And most of the time it's a joke. I mean, I will admit this is a serious video, but those videos are most of the time a joke because I'm not really trying to find a man in any of these. I'm not interested in them. But if you really pay attention, these men are making, even the fuck boys, and they're all fuck boys, I'm pretty sure. All of these, they're being forced to put in some kind of an effort. They are. They're asking me questions about myself. Like even the most fuckiest of the fuck of the fuckboys.
Right. So this woman's logic, I'm going to have to pause it here for a second. This woman's logic is that because Chads are asking her questions on dating applications, then and they're the ones who are putting in effort, then that means that men are getting desperate. Okay? And again, I'm acknowledging that this is probably satire, but again, this is actually an attitude that a lot of modern women have, right? They go, oh, well, men obviously want me because they're the ones who are asking me questions. They're the ones who are trying to invite me out to XYZ or whatever the case may be. And I have always made the point on this channel that just because a man is asking you questions and just because he's talking to you does not mean that he is actually interested in having a relationship or anything long term with you. This is something that modern women are kind of learning the hard way these days, where yes, you might be able to get attention from men. Yes, you might be able to get likes on social media or dating apps and things like this. But it's very different actually getting a relationship out of a man. Let's continue. I feel like this woman is making these videos and then she's copy pasting, excuse me, the stupid things that modern women are saying on TikTok. You see what I'm saying?
Are being forced to ask me questions. They're all asking me out for dinner. They're
doubt that.
insisting on taking me out for dinner.
I doubt that.
They are they even on hookup apps. Like even on hookup apps, I'm being asked out to dinner. Being asked out, like I'm being given options, like, hey, let's meet, let's connect, let's link, let's get to know again. Now, I'm not disputing that they might just be their end goal might be hooking up, but at least it's a start in the right direction. That these men are so that at least they're like putting in some effort. And because the other person said that it's all about Netflix and chill these days, and dating is gone, but a lot of the and this is no offense to anyone, but a lot of the people that comment on my channel probably haven't talked to a woman in years. How do I know that that's true? Because or have had physical touch with a woman in their whole life or years. How do I know that's true? It has nothing to do with you guys. It's because I talk to men, like on a real level. Even Chads don't have periods where, or not Chads, I hate that term. Even cute guys can go a while without getting laid. Even cute guys can go a while without female interaction and getting laid. So I
Right, I'll acknowledge this. I have to pause it here. This woman takes like half an hour to wrap up a single thought. I don't know if that's in her particular little script she has here that she's reading off of her screen, but it's very annoying. Okay, she actually makes a good point there, which is that, yes, a lot of these guys, even if they're somewhat attractive, women will oftentimes think that they're better than these dudes. But again, here's the problem. That doesn't mean that these men want a relationship with you or that they want a relationship with modern women these days, okay? I will acknowledge that this woman is actually correct here in that you can be an above average dude and still women will treat you like trash. That's certainly on the table. Maybe they're not interested in you or they'll stop replying or things like this, because again, women are definitely chasing the top percentage of men. I have covered this ad nauseum, guys, but women, when they go on these dating applications, they don't care. Like if you're slightly attractive, if you're above average, okay, cool. But really they're on there because they're trying to find the top dudes. This is why I just did a video, for example. This is why these women move to Miami, for example. This is why they only swipe on such a small percentage of men. This is why they leave most men on red, even if they do match with you. Okay, is because they're always shooting for that very, very top man and trying to get commitment out of him. So I can acknowledge what this woman says here, right? A lot of these guys, even if you're somewhat attractive, women are going to ghost you, they're going to ignore you, whatever the case may be. Does that mean you've never been with a woman before? Not necessarily. So a little bit of gaslighting happening here, but let's keep going.
know for a fact, a lot of men don't actually get women to actually pay attention to them. So, I'm, when you come on my channel and you're commenting on dating and you don't even date, you don't even have the same options to talk to people. So, I mean, I know what I'm talking about. I know.
Yeah, guys. This has to be satire, man. So this logic here that this woman is putting forward, which again is something that a lot of modern women put forward, is, well, I get so much attention and validation, and you get barely any validation and attention on the internet. So obviously that means that I'm right. That is absolutely hilarious. Yeah, women will go out here. This actually happens, man. Women will go out here. They'll hook up with a whole bunch of dudes. They'll be completely unsuccessful at dating, things like this. And you know what happens at the end of it? Maybe they've even got a divorce or two under their belt. They become like TikTok dating coaches, man, because they have all of the accrued knowledge and experience that comes with getting into bed with random dudes all the damn time. You guys have probably seen me cover these women on this channel, the ones who quite literally become dating coaches. It is hilarious, man. It is hilarious. And their logic is quite literally the same as this, which is ridiculous, which is that, well, because they've had a lot of experience, now they are qualified to tell women what to do and to give women advice, which, by the way, is always damn terrible. Let's keep going.
Know how the trajectory has changed. Again, I didn't even, I remember a few years ago when I tried to actually date in 2021 or whenever, I was actually, socially more acceptable. My pictures were all conservative. I was probably 100 pounds lighter than I am now. And I didn't have men asking me, want to go for dinner, want to go for even drinks. I did not have men asking me out, like out. At that time, and this is before the pandemic. I would even say it was in 2019. That is when I had the Netflix and chill kind of dates offers, and stuff like that, or coffee. I don't get men asking me out for coffee now. Like, I don't even if I wanted a man to ask me out for coffee, I don't even, which I think is a great date. I don't even get that anymore because and I'm not one of those. Well, I can be I can be as delusional as the next girl, but I am realistic and smart enough to know when it comes to women, there's a lot of beautiful women, and I'm, just average or even a little bit above average in looks. So I don't consider myself like a supermodel.
Right. So the logic here is that because I, as a woman, can get dudes to ask me out on a dating application to dinner, which again, I'm rather skeptical, right? Maybe the dudes who are not Chads will be asking you out to dinner, but nevertheless, because men are asking you out, then that means that men are desperate because women are the ones who are, for example, walking away from dating. This makes such little sense, man. Like, it makes such little sense. But again, I really do think this video is satire. But I want you guys to take notice of just the general attitudes in this particular video, because what this woman is doing is actually explaining a lot of the thought patterns that modern women have, okay? Well, these men are asking me out to dinner dates, so that must mean that I'm valuable. That must mean that I can lock down any man, and men are desperate, and men are this, and men are that. And then these same women oftentimes go on to become dating coaches. It's an absolutely disgusting cycle here, guys, which goes to show why dudes are just done with dating, okay? Because you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. So men get in trouble for not asking women out and not taking them to dinners because apparently we're broke and we're losers. But then if we do ask women out to dates and we try and ask them out to certain things, then we're desperate, apparently. You know?
Well, I'm not, definitely not a supermodel, but I'm not in that league at all where I should be getting, I think something, I'm telling you, and I speak from experience because like I said, I've dated for years, so I know when it comes to dating what options I have, and what men will actually do for me. But recently, I'm telling you, I get men trying to ask me questions, men that look like fuckboys with their I get men with their shirts off and gyms, like literally like shirt off pictures, saying let's grab food. There's one that's saying, I mean, there's so many of them that saying let's grab food, let's go to dinner, I'll take you out to dinner. Like I don't think people understand. I have had at least 20, 30 men just in the past few days. Days, guys, days.
Okay, I'm going to pause it here because, again, she takes half an hour to make a single point here. But again, this woman is a bit right here, man. This is exactly why, by the way, I don't feel sorry for modern women when they jump on the internet and they complain about their dating situation, or they complain that dating in 2024 absolutely sucks, by the way. Because the amount of options that women have online, yes, a lot of these guys don't want relationships with you, but, consider the men that these women are not swiping on. That's really where the question lies, okay? Because a lot of these guys would be happy to have relationships with these women. They'd be happy to take them out to dinner and take them seriously and things like this. And yet, with all of these, all of this power, guys, at women's fingertips, they are still screwing it up, and they are still single at like 30 and 40, and they still have to have a whole bunch of cats instead of children. I mean, this is just the way that it's turning out. A lot of these women, they get on TikTok and they cry and complain about dating. Meanwhile, they quite literally have so many options. Now, obviously, they might not be able to lock down the top percentage of dudes, but certainly there are still a lot of guys who would actually be options for these women. Even the ones who are divorced, even the ones who have kids and things like this, there is always some dude who is ready, willing, and able to have a relationship with these women, no matter how horrible they are, no matter how much they lack morals or how many red flags they display. So I don't feel sorry for women who find themselves in this particular situation. I really do not, guys. I don't think that other men should even feel sorry for these women either.
Days, days, days. And I'm talking about above average looking men for the most part. I mean, not even, let's be honest, they're all decent looking. They're all cute. Let's not lie and say that I matched with ugly guys, because I didn't. Because I'm not really looking for a husband. This is all experimental. So yeah, I matched with cute guys, not overly cute. Some of them are, some of them aren't. And the common denominator here, guys, they're all asking me out for dinner, not coffee. Some of them say, let's go out for a drink, and I literally just say, oh, I don't like to drink, and then they offer dinner. These men are insisting dinner, guys. They're insisting dinner. Do you know what that means?
Well, obviously, that means that they want a relationship and to take you seriously. Of course it does. Again, the logic in these videos is just completely ridiculous. A lot of these dudes, they'll say anything. They don't give a damn. They really don't. They're just out here to have fun, and then they're going to ditch you. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's video there. I don't think I can take any more of this satire, of this nonsense. This woman is quite clearly trolling, and she takes half an hour to make a single point, so I think we're going to be leaving it there. As always, guys, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.